Okay, so it's like, let's see, about 12 o'clock. And okay, so I work in retail, which is nothing new. Anywho, maybe it's just me, but has anybody ever worked in retail, like literally worked in retail, and you've had like some of the worst customers ever? I don't know who came up with that policy. The customer's always right. That is so inaccurate. I am sorry. I mean, I've been self employed literally since I was like 19. So I finally decided, 33, let me go ahead and just, things happen, life happens. So, you end up in the actual field. So I work for a major retail company that's in like a lot of malls and things of that sort. So either who, I work for this company and just give you a couple of experiences. When the customer comes in with a coupon for the store and the coupon doesn't work, they're like getting mad at me, like, why doesn't the coupon work? Ma'am, I am not the I'm not the register. You can't fuss me out because your coupon didn't work. Maybe you got a bad coupon. I don't know. Then you have one lady. She came in, and this is like around Christmas time. She got like 10 of these Christmas boxes with jewelry in it. And she wanted to buy them. So I'm like, okay. So she's like, I'm gonna leave these right here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some more. So I'm like, okay, mind you, it was a line of people. And then she came back and then she's like, she wanted to purchase each one by one. She wanted a different receipt for each of them. And then she was like, okay, go ahead, take care of these people. I'll come back. I'm like, okay. By the time she came back, like almost an hour later, this is a whole new group of people, a whole new line. And she got mad at me because she was like, oh, but I told you I was coming back. I said, ma'am, that was a whole new line. So I asked the people, I was like, excuse me, do you mind if she gets in front of you? There, I was like, heck no, she can't get in front of us. So I just laughed. And then she was like, oh, but I told you. And, you know, I'm just, before you know, that's like, let me just go ahead and get a supervisor. I don't have time for this BS, this foolishness, because this lady was like off her rockers. So the supervisor comes and she's talking to the supervisor, and the people in the line were getting like, they were like literally starting to get mad. And they were doing one of these, they're gonna like, they started like snapping on her. And I'm like, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. Like, my supervisor's here, whatever. So I'm laughing because I'm hearing the things that the customers are saying out of their mouth. And she was like, oh, is this how she treats a customer? And she's just getting loud. And I'm just looking at this lady like, lady, you a little off, huh, sweetie? Okay. So I didn't say nothing and I left that alone. Then you had another customer um, get mad because she already used her coupon, but another sales lady told her she could use it more than one time. I was like, ma'am, no, you can't. You can only use it once. You can't combine the coupons like this, like that, like that. Oh, but the lady said, I said, okay, then, ma'am, then you need to go back to her register because I can't do that. I'm not allowed to do that. If I do that, I'm going to get fired. Then the thing is, when you work in retail, they have like these meetings in the morning. They don't have the meetings for everybody. They don't repeat everything for like the evening shifts or the night shifts or whatever. And I'm like I'm just laughing because the other day they had these towels and the towels were one per customer. We did not know. So I just know this lady comes down the escalator with like 9 towels, like 9 or 10 towels. So I rung her up. And the price of the towels are ridiculously cheap. And I'm like, maybe it's a typo. She's like, no, no, no. Look, the sticker, this is what it says. So I'm like, go get me some. So she goes upstairs, she gets some, and she brings them down to me. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get me some towels. They ugly, but still I can give them to somebody who need them, is what I'm thinking. Everybody started coming in. I'm telling everybody they got towels upstairs for a penny. I had not been upstairs um, to even see the sign say you get one per customer. So I didn't go look. But all I know is that this lady, like it was like a stampede. Everybody just started coming down with these towels. And the supervisor comes and the loss prevention girl comes and they're jumping down our throats. And me and the other lady was looking at each other like, it's like, oh, it says one per customer on the little sticker thing. So I'm flipping over the sticker like, no, don't say that. Oh, if you don't want to lose your job. And I'm like, really? You're threatening to fire us based off of something that you guys have written down upstairs on a poster thing upstairs. Like I'm downstairs, so I have no idea what anything says. And the other lady started freaking out, and I'm like, no, 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 it's okay, it's okay. So I'm telling everybody, like, look, it's one per person. Everybody's like, oh, but it doesn't say that upstairs. I'm like, ma'am, I don't know. And I've noticed with people in customer service, like realistically, they come in and they treat you like trash. They really do. They treat you like trash, and then you're trying to figure out why are you getting mad at me because you didn't get some last night. Your boss pissed you off, so you decide to come in and take it out on me. And I was told, that's part of customer service. I'm like, no, part of customer service is helping the customer get what they need, buy what they need, find what they need. If you don't have it, find the nearest store that, one of your neighbor stores or whatever that can find it. That's customer service. Customer service is not to have someone come in, talk to you like trash, disrespect you, talk to you like they have no home training, all of these things. Like, you don't pay nobody enough to get dumped on a daily basis. Like, I'm sorry, you don't. And for me working for customer service, I felt like, I'm one of them people. When you get to the point like you're over the line of disrespect, I take off the tag. So serious. I will take off the tag. And like I told one customer, I don't give a rat's about whatever. Because it was about a belt. The belts were buy one, get one free. And they were supposed to be mix and match. And it wasn't ringing up the way she thought it was supposed to ring up. But see, she started acting stupid. So I asked the girl at the next register, I'm like, okay, it's not ringing up like that. The girl was like, oh, we'll just put it in manually. We're not supposed to do that. I'm not going to get fired for putting them in manually. So I called for a supervisor. And the lady started getting mad. She's like, oh, she's just getting mad. She's like, oh, she think I'm getting mad because I just want the belt for free. In the back of my head, but that's why you acting stupid, because the belts were buy one get one free, and it wasn't showing up the way that you understood. So when the girl told me to put it in manually, and I told her I'm not authorized, I wasn't trained to put it in manually for this lady to get this free belt, right? The customer thought I was talking to her, so she was like, "Oh, you." She started having this hoopla, so I took off the tag, and I was like, "Look, that's not what I said." Oh, but that's what you said. I said, no, I wasn't saying. That's not what I said. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to her. If you actually shut up and let me finish saying what I was saying, then you would understand what we were talking about. But clearly, you don't want to. Oh, this is how you treat a customer. And I took off the tag, and I was like, I'm so tired of you effing people coming in here being so rude and so disrespectful, thinking somebody's supposed to kiss your behind because you buying some little rinky-dink belt. Like, that's not how this works. You talk to me like you have some sense. You talk like you have some home training. Come to me correctly. I might have been able to hook you up and everything else under the sun. So shout out to all the people in customer service that works for Macy's, Lane Bryant. I don't care what retail store you work for. I give you props. Like, my heart really goes out to you, and I know you guys be needing a drink, some prayer, some holy water. You need to be performing some exorcisms, on some of these customers because they don't lost their minds. And like, I really, like, my heart like, I understand. I didn't understand your pain before, but I do now. Retail is a very stressful job. Like, I love my job because I've met new people. Sometimes customers are really happy and you make them really, they're happy with their purchases when you help them find something, they ask you your opinion. Like I had one guy, ugh, Lord have mercy. This one guy comes in, he has his jacket, he picked up the jacket. And he's like, "Oh, can you help me?" I'm like, "Sure, no problem, sir. How can I help you?" He's like, "I need to find the pants to go with this jacket." So I took him right to the brand. I'm like, "Okay, well, here's to go." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Dude, gray, same material, same fabric, same pattern." He's like, "Oh, because you're supposed to be a specialist." And I looked at him and I was like, "No, I'm not supposed to be a specialist." And he was like, "No, you're supposed to be a specialist." And I'm like, "No, that's not how this works." Like my job description is sales associate. It does not say stylist. It does not say designer. It doesn't say clothing specialist. It don't say none of that. Like at all under any circumstances. And I mean, this guy, I was like, you know what? I was like, you're getting a little too snappish for me. Let me go find somebody that can help you because I'm not the one to help you. So I went and found one of my coworkers. I'm like, okay, this is you. And she's like laughing. And I'm like, no, this one's you. You can help him. I'm done. So he was like, what's her problem? Again, I took out the name tag. I was like, I will curse you out today. I was like, today is not the day. Do not get mad at me because you can't tell the difference between the fabrics. I gave you the pants. I gave you the pants to go with the jacket. So he ends up getting in line and having to come back to me. And the funny thing was, he asked the ladies next to him, same thing about this stuff. And the ladies were telling him, "Oh yeah, that's the one, sir. Like that's the one." And he was like, "Oh, okay, because I wasn't quite too sure." And I'm just looking at him like, "Don't be dumb all your life, sweetie. It's not worth it. It's really not." And I think I've aged faster at this job that I've been at for a few months. I think I've aged because the people will stress you the bleep out. Like it makes no sense. People don't care. It's to the point where I don't go to work no makeup. I don't be cared about my hair. Like I got this thing on because I put some. It's not curly pudding. It's like this curly lock and twist gel, and I ran my fingers through it, and so the curls like really tight coil, like your natural hair pattern, like really tight. It was cute for the first 2 days. This like day 4, and I'm off today. I was off yesterday. I'm off today, and I'm off tomorrow. It ain't it ain't holding up so well. So other than that, like I said, shout out to all the people. I'm tired, so I'm about to go. But shout out to all the people in retail, customer service. May God bless you and keep you. And sometimes you got to take off the tag and snap on somebody. All right. Good night.